Hey everybody, it's your friendly neighborhood chiropractor, Dr. Horst. Today I wanted to show you guys something that I see all the time. How many of us have ever had shoulder pain and we don't know if it's coming from our neck or coming from our shoulder? Well, today we have the lovely Melissa here and she's gonna kind of demonstrate a few things for us. So first of all, I just wanted to show her range of motion in her shoulder. So go ahead and give me a thumbs up with your left hand over your head. Okay, now when she gets to there, she starts to feel a little bit of discomfort up at the top. Now go ahead and bring that back down. Now if we look at her right arm, it's a little restricted, but there's no pain, right? Okay, bring it back down. Okay, now to the side, over your head. Okay, now we're gonna do the same thing on the other side, over your head. So one thing that I noticed, go ahead and bring it down. One thing I noticed right off the bat is how internally rotated this shoulder is. And she told me before we started recording that she gets kind of popping and she gets pain at the top whenever she reaches up, reaches back, that kind of thing. So the first thing that I generally do is I check to make sure there's no rotator cuff pathology or anything like that. So that's what we're gonna go ahead and do right now. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna have her hold this up. I'm gonna push down, I want you to resist, okay? All right, now I'm gonna bring this up to here. I'm gonna push down, I want you to resist. Okay, so that didn't feel fantastic for her. We're gonna bring this right in front. I'm gonna push down. I want to put you to resist. Definitely not there. Now I'm gonna turn this all the way in. I'm gonna push down. I want you to resist. Okay. Now right here, I'm gonna push down, resist. Now we're gonna turn this all the way in. I'm gonna push down, resist. Okay. Now last but definitely not least, I'm gonna push down. I want you to push up. Okay, so relax. So the first thing that I noticed going on here is her bicep tendon, which is, we got our old bicep here. It comes on up and it goes into the shoulder. So it runs through this little groove. And sometimes that could get irritated. And that's one of the things that's going on there. And then also when she felt the most discomfort, it was actually when she turned her arm down when we were out here. That's testing what's part of her rotator cuff called her supraspinatus. And that area right there is, that tendon inserts right next to the bicep tendon, which we already know is kind of irritated. Which again, in somebody that has a shoulder that's a little bit more internally rotated, they're gonna have more pain there, okay? Even in the absence of an injury. Now, how does this relate to shoulder and neck pain? Well, when she goes to move her arm, when she goes to lift anything, she does this first, okay? And then that's gonna be responsible for that constant tightness that she feels up there all the time. So let's go ahead and get her treated, all right? So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna work on this posterior capsule a little bit so that way when we go to actually work on her in the other areas, she can actually move a little bit better. This is active release technique. This isn't gonna feel the greatest while she's doing it, so if she grimaces, that's okay, just laugh at her, okay? Start with your arm here. You're gonna move it straight across, just like that. Okay. Hold that arm up. Go ahead. There we go. Good. Again. Good. Right there. So we're getting a little bit of this tendon popping that she can feel as soon as she gets to the front there. But as I'm working on this capsule, it's becoming less. There we go. One more right there. Okay. Now she really felt that one though. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and work on this part back here. It's called her rhomboids. I'm gonna go ahead and move that for her right there. Now these muscles, when they get overworked and underpaid, then we have more problems. So that's why I need to work on this here for her. There we go. One more. Yeah. Like I said, just laugh at her. Okay, now go ahead and lie on your back for me, please. All right, so, and a lot of you ladies, you guys, this happens because of breast tissue, pulls you forward, okay? And there's a muscle called your pec minor. It starts up here and it goes straight on down there. Your pec major goes over the top of it. The shorter this is, the more you're gonna be doing that. So again, the whole purpose of today is to help bring the shoulder blade back and down. So that's one of the structures I'm gonna be working on, as well as in her armpit. called her subscapularis. That's a muscle that it basically keeps the scapula, the shoulder blade, able to rest along the ribs and keeps it there. Keeps your shoulder in a nice and good position. Hers needs a little bit of love. All right. We're gonna do the pec at the end because that's the most uncomfortable, or it's gonna be the most uncomfortable for her. All right, so a little pressure here. That was my ankle, that wasn't her shoulder. There we go. I mean, that's uncomfortable, but it's not killing you, right? Right there. Two more. Good. Now I'm just gently moving her arm here. That's it. Right there. A lot of times if we just correct the subscapularis, it actually takes enough pressure off of the supraspinatus tendon, and that itself just corrects the motion that she's lacking. Okay, now I'm gonna be right on the tendon itself of the bicep at first. And this is very, I'm not pushing very hard, but she can feel it. There we go. Because obviously that's the area that she has the most of that discomfort. Right there. Yeah. Okay, now for the fun one. Okay, so now if I do anything that personally makes you feel uncomfortable, stop me, okay? But I'm just gonna be from here up, okay? So it's really all about moving that scapula itself. Yeah. Right there. And this is one of those ones that I do quite often, because after a woman realizes how tight this really is and it gets worked on and she feels like, oh, I'm not falling forward anymore, you know, so they come in and they will request me to work on this, and it makes such a big difference. Yeah, mama. Good one. Okay, one more spot right there. Okay, now I'm gonna work on her pec major just a little bit. Right there. Good. I'm gonna rotate it just a little bit. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, now I'm actually gonna adjust her AC joint in her shoulder itself. So I'm just gonna pull her down a little bit. Okay. So a little pressure here. Cool. There we go. So when it's sore, it's gonna be a little sore sometimes when we go to move it. It just is what it is, okay? And so last but definitely not least, I'm gonna go ahead and feel her C6, C7, T1 area, because a lot of times that's what's also being affected. So, and is there any soreness with this afterwards and during? Yes, there is. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie to you and say that this is completely pain-free when I'm having to work on somebody's shoulder. So she's off a little bit right there at C6, C7. I'm just gonna give her a little adjustment right there. And that wasn't bad, right? Okay. Now she's off also right there at C5, right there. Beautiful. All right, so now I just wanna see her range of motion, because I already know that it's gonna be a little bit better. So just, I mean, that's much better just from when we first started. Let's just see it actively as well. So let's sit you up. Okay, turn and face me. Okay, let's see that left arm, put it over your head. Boom. How does that feel?
Much better. Okay.
All right, so if you ever wondered what it looks like to have your shoulder worked on, this is an example of that. And it wasn't that bad, right?
No.
Okay.
A little discomfort, but...
Yeah. So she's gonna throw some ice on and she'll be fine. But thanks for watching. Have a great day.